Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Fernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are welcome in the essence. This broadcast, Brownstone, the light is contagious. But you need go on and receive it for yourself. Just open it, exuberant, evolution, excited. We standing on the foundation of expression. You might have seen, you might have been, or you could have gravitated. Our foundation, we want to create a space for all to collaborate and be liberated from eventually all over the globe. And we are extending a hand to those who are an extension from maybe platforms, dig into another stratosphere. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Fernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. And that is MSG, the message in the message. I can OD on my execution of excellency. And this as a man right now, and things aren't created, but see true.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Brownstone. This is officially your night shift edition of news and information. We are absolutely live right now on several platforms right now. Welcome to all of you all who are joining us. So Trump is running his mouth, huh? What are we talking about tonight? I'm going to be honest with you. I am just I don't even know where to begin with this dude. So we're going to be following up on the latest news on his administration for today, and finding out what he's going to be talking about. I think has he had his speech today already? I think it doesn't start till 9 something or whatever Eastern Standard Time. If anybody knows, let me know. But let's see. Hey, Katja America, how are you? Good to see everybody. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. So he is. Let's see. I think I found it. Where's my other phone? Y'all, I got all kind of stuff. I got tablets, everything. It starts in a few minutes. So he's so first of all, let's go here. A couple things that I definitely want to do is to go over news and information with you all first. And then what I am going to do, we're not going drinking Buddha calm tea. Child, I don't have an ounce of tea, because if I drink anything tonight, I'll have to. It needs to be liquor, whatever it is. At this point, I just really need this tube to go on somewhere. All right, so let's jump into some of these breaking news and alerts. I'm going to keep it short tonight, only because I need to jump up and do this again. Remember, this is my first day back after being gone for a couple of months. So I'm trying to get back on the wagon. So a couple things. His administration is expanding that travel ban. This was updated today, including 5 more countries. It came today as part of an ongoing effort to tighten U.S. entry standards for travel and immigration. Now, this decision follows the arrest of an Afghan national suspect in the shooting of 2 National Guard troops over Thanksgiving weekend. And so what we're looking at A full ban was added for Libya, Chad, Iran or Iran, Afghanistan, Yemen, Somalia, Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan, Eritrea. Let me see. These are the full bans. And then the last one is Myanmar. Ah, very interesting. My. Whew. Why? Somalia. Yep. Jan. Somalia. Myanmar. And here's what's really interesting is my mom's people are from Myanmar. That's crazy. That is crazy. This dude. All right, so okay, no. So that was the full immigration ban. So these people that I literally these countries. So let me read it again so we're clear. Full immigration ban are the following countries: Myanmar, Afghanistan, Iran, Yemen, Somalia, Eritrea, Sudan, Democratic Republic of Congo, Chad, and Libya. Full immigration ban. No, most of the countries they are banning are African countries. What a shame. Yes, outside of Myanmar. Myanmar is in Asia. Full ban was added today for the following countries: South Sudan, Niger. Well, Burkina Faso, Mali, Sierra Leone. Okay. Restricted access: Cuba, Venezuela, Turkmenistan. Restricted access: Tanzania, Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Angola, Gabon, Nigeria, Togo, the Ivory Coast, Senegal, and Mauritania are on that list. Yeah. So there you go. I have no words. Basically, Jan, Africa. Yeah. So White House Chief of Staff critiques the cabinet in a series of interviews published by Vanity Fair. Suzanne Wiles criticized Attorney General Pam Bondi. We heard about that earlier today, and the handling of the Jeffrey Epstein case. Now, we do know these files are supposed to be released by the 19th. Is that right? Well, word on the street is that they're redacting like crazy. So we're never going to see the full files anyway. So I don't even know why we're going down this rabbit hole. I don't even know why at this point. All right. U.S. military says strikes on 3 boats in the Eastern Pacific Ocean kill 8 people. No, they're not coming, Yorkie. I will 100% agree with you on that. U.S. military says strikes on 3 boats in the Eastern Pacific Ocean kill 8 people. U.S. military said yesterday that it attacked 3 boats accused of smuggling drugs in the Eastern Pacific Ocean as scrutiny over the boat strikes is intensifying in Congress. How does this keep happening? Oh, I know why. Because nobody in. Oh, it's on now. Oh, snap. Hold up. Where's my other phone? What did I do with my other phone? Because now I want to see it. Then he says that he's suing the BBC for $10 billion. He filed a lawsuit yesterday for $10 billion in damages from the BBC, accusing the British broadcaster of defamation, as well as deceptive and unfair trade practices. It's a 33-page lawsuit. I have no words. All right, so let's see if we can find. I want to find this broadcast. I'm sure I can probably stream it. Hang on. Can a woman send a visa for her husband? Probably not at this point. That's why it's a lot of stuff I could say at this point. A lot of stuff I don't want to say. Let's see. Let's see if we can find. Hey to everybody that is watching us via all the other platforms that we're currently on, from Substack and so forth. I'm actually hunting down this man's speech. I don't know if I want to hear it. All right, let's see if this is it. It's live. Y'all see this? Hey, Justin Viewer, how are you? Hey, Vamo Pablo, how are you? Good to see you. Did you come here to try to ruffle some feathers, dear? Or are you a bot? I got time today. Is that the best you got? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. So we have a troll in our TikTok feed. Vamo Valpro or Palbro says that Kamala fucked our economy. Kamala ruined our economy. I'm not your friend, baby. That's not how we talk to each other in here. I don't care what you believe, but I'm not your friend. That's not how we talk to each other in here. Exactly, Anthony. How does she do? How? Baby, you must be a child. You got to be a child. And let him go ahead and stay in here. Let him go on. Now, what were we talking about? Right. And that lets me know everything that we need to know about this particular individual that's in my live stream on YouTube, y'all. I mean, on TikTok, y'all. This person is saying you're not Oprah. That tells me that you follow me quite a bit. I'm absolutely flattered that you would even akin me to an Oprah Winfrey. Oh, isn't that nice? You know, as a matter of fact, I grew up around the corner from her mom in Wisconsin. How cool is that? Yeah, and that part, and Black. I remember when she became the host of AM Chicago. Yeah. And don't know you either. So what we were talking about is literally we were talking about this speech that he's currently giving at a Hanukkah reception, right? So what I think is most interesting to me is I don't know if I really want to hear how much he's talking fake news. So I'm going to turn it back up and let's take a look at what they're currently saying. So if any one of y'all want to come in here and go in on this person, feel free. I don't particularly care. All right, so here we go. Yeah. Let me see if I can share it on my screen, y'all. Yep, I can. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it.
Aim it at a target in the dark of night, the darkest you've ever seen. They wanted to be as dark as possible. They didn't want anything. And the only time anybody could see those planes was when those bomb chutes open up, because it becomes totally unstealth when it goes. I explained that to
Okay, so
Mark
we're
Levin
listening
once.
to
You're going in, you go like
his
this,
speech so we can kind
and
of
as soon as it
analyze it
goes like
along the
this,
way. Let me
for
turn
some
it up.
reason, the plane is totally visible, not good. And I watched it happening, and just it's like I'm sitting home watching it. You know, it's amazing. The Situation Room is an amazing place, but I watched him go, bing, bing. It went bing, bing, and two massive 100,000-pound bombs come pouring out. And the job they did was incredible. I mean, compare that to, I mean, look,
What's
I
he
thought he
talking
was a
about?
nice man, but compare that to the Jimmy Carter attack on. That was not good, with the helicopters and the men running all
You're
over the
back,
place
Jan.
trying to get the hell out of
Are
there.
you
This is
watching
not
this,
good.
Jan?
This was the single greatest military attack that anyone's ever seen.
Yeah,
And
I would
that sort
agree,
of put an
Yorkie.
end to. We helped Israel very much, as you know, with their
Hey, Eora,
attacks
how are
in
you?
Iran before that, but that really put
Anthony,
an
I
end
agree.
to it because they were about a month away from having a nuclear weapon. I officially recognize the true capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. Is Julie good? She right? Or where's Julie? Oh, good. I
I
thought
have
it
it
was
on
you that went
YouTube,
down. It wasn't
on
you.
my
Oh,
YouTube
good.
channel
I was worried about.
right
I
now.
didn't care about anybody else. I said,
Brownstone
"Is
Worldwide.
Julie in trouble?" I thought it was you. Good. It's
Jan.
somebody else. I wish them good luck, but I don't want that to happen to Julie. That's Mark's wife. We love Julie, but I didn't see Julie ever going down. She's not. She's like a rock, right? Mark, she's a rock. I wouldn't want to have her as my enemy. She's also a great lawyer, by the way. I also recognize the Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Right? And that's one they didn't even
No, it
ask me.
can't be Jan.
Even Sheldon, who is the most aggressive human being there is in the entire
Wow.
world. This incredible woman, although she had total control. He was aggressive with everybody, but Miriam, he wouldn't play games with Miriam, but he was actually a sweetheart. But he never even asked me about the Golan Heights because he said that's a step too far. I
Well,
actually
that's
gave
fine.
it because I
And
called up.
I
I
mean,
heard
we're
so
not
much
new
about
to
Golan
it.
Heights, Golan Heights. From Jason Greenblatt, I heard it. From so many people. And I actually
All right, I'm
asked
going to go
David
ahead and
Friedman. I
remove
said, he
that.
was the
I would
ambassador, good
100%
guy.
agree
He
because it
said,
sounds
and by
like
the way,
he's
Mike
just
Huckabee's doing
shooting
a
off
great
at the
job.
mouth
Yeah.
right now. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Um, um, wow. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so enough of that. I actually think this might have been from no. It's happening in real time. All right. So anyway, so as you can see, this particular guy is all over the place. And with everything that is currently happening with this, you're welcome, JFE JFE fan 97. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. And for all of you all who are here tonight, I just wanted to jump on quickly and discuss a couple of things with you all. So welcome to the night shift if you're new here. This is my first day back after a very long time. It's been a couple months, and we're going to start doing these again. Yeah, losing it live, Anthony. You're 100% correct with that. I don't have any words, and to be honest with you, I wanted to sit and listen, but there's no point, because we already know the talking points are pretty loosely fit at this point. And I'd rather discuss some things that are really kind of important to what we're dealing with as a country right now. And a lot of that is dealing with the economy, what's happening, what is going on in with Venezuela, what's happening with our let's see, with immigration, and ultimately what is currently happening with Kilmar Abrego Garcia. I'm glad to be back in the land of the living, Sharika. Good to see you. Democrats need to get their backbone, but it'll never happen. Anthony, I'm so sorry, baby. It'll never happen. The Democrats are never going to get their backbone back. It's not going to happen. We can hang that up. It's not happening. And I mean, because we're watching it in real time. Here's the reason why I say that. I say that because these people are playing dirty. And these folks over here on the Democratic side, y'all still want to play nice like they believe in rules. The rules went out the window the day that this contest was completed. It was over with then. And for those of you all who are unclear on all of the things that are currently happening right now, y'all please understand that it's a whole lot more to this ball of wax than you all may be aware of. I actually did a piece called The Authoritarian Stack. It's on YouTube at Brownstone Worldwide. I am going to share it on TikTok. It's about 35 minutes long though, but I'm going to share it probably tonight so that you all can check it out. And it's about how this particular group of business people are positioned within this current administration and are getting all of these huge government contracts with your tax dollar. I even break it down, like how your tax dollar is paying for this, is paying for this, is paying for this, and Jared Kushner is getting a check, and Musk is getting a check, and Peter Thiel is getting a check, and all of these people are getting checks. And it starts with your tax dollars, yours and mine. And it doesn't matter if you're Republican or if you're Democrat. The reality is that there's so much that is going on. And when my homegirl Heather Asayabi and I went down the rabbit hole, we realized that this guy who has been given so much juice in terms of airtime and stuff like that, he just the front. If he has a Freudian slip every once in a while, or he says whatever he wants, it gets us all discombobulated so they can continue to keep doing what they're doing in the back end and creating controls. Period. That part. Anthony, yes. Yorkie, they're not gonna. They're not gonna do it. Extend the ACA subsidy. What? That's giving Obama too much credit. It's not gonna happen. No. And I'm not here as a naysayer or a negative Nancy. It's fact. They're not going to extend the subsidy. And because people have lined this man's pockets during his campaign and throughout this administration, I can bet money that these prison systems that are holding the bodies of undocumented immigrants and documented immigrants and people who have their green cards and their visas and who were literally standing to be sworn in as American citizens, and they're holding them, your tax dollars are paying approximately $1,500 per day per person for these people that are in these prisons. That is why you have companies like GeoCore and others who are these major prison systems that are corporations that are literally vetting these people to be picked up at all costs because they are in it to make money. There's an actual recording of people being giddy at these meetings from prison systems saying how excited they were because they were getting ready to make more money than they ever had because of the voting in of Donald Trump. They're getting what they want. They're getting what they want. But nobody wants to have that conversation. Exactly. Arlo, yes. Labor camps. It's all about the dollar, and they don't care who they got to hurt to get it. Period. It does not matter to them. But it should matter to you. No, Marvin, we can't thrive as a nation like this. But then the question is how did we forget that we still the people? I'm going to lead off with what I left off when I stopped going live. How did we forget that we still the people? How do we keep voting in people that don't have our best interest at heart? Yep, Arlo, you're right. Big love. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the neighborhood. For those of you all who are new here, I'm Paulette. I'm the owner and founder of Brownstone Worldwide, which houses brownstoneworldwide.com, Cityscape Radio, and you guessed it, Brownstone Living Magazine. And we're just having a candid conversation because this is my first night shift back after being incognito for about 2 months. Because, again, I had to, reevaluate how I was going to continue to keep doing lives because I have a habit of being live for hours on end, and that has to stop. Okay. Or I have to monetize this. And so in order for me to continue to keep doing this, we're going to be adjusting how my feed looks, or as some people call it, my channel. You're going to see some things change, and it'll be for the good. Okay. You keep voting in people that don't have our best interest at heart, or don't vote at all. And see, that's the thing. I have literally talked to people that are like, I'm voting on this side of the aisle, not Dem, not Republican. And that's how we're going to lose again. I understand how you feel. I understand, because I get it, because I'm literally watching weak Democrats allow this crap to continue to keep happening. And it's not that many people that are okay. So we're going on fight the oligarchs tour. We're marching. I knew the marching wasn't going to do nothing. It was a feel-good tactic. It was wonderful. It was great. But guess what? When we woke up that next morning, guess what happened? We were still in the middle of this hot mess with a man who is clearly sundowning in our face. Did y'all hear him just now? I've been saying it, and I'll say it, and I'll say it again. We are literally watching the sundowning of this individual. Yorkie, you are correct. A lot of people just don't vote. And I'm not eating my shoe because I know I'm right. I have witnessed it too many times. It does not get better. It actually gets worse. And because you are a pawn and you are being used while all this other stuff is happening behind the scenes, we're so inundated with everyday shenanigans from this circus that is currently a part of what we call the Trump administration. We can't pay attention to what's really happening. The privatization of everything that is the U.S. government. No one's paying attention. No one. Because we're constantly being inundated with things that don't matter in the whole scheme of it all. And I'm not saying that the Epstein files don't matter, but we already know that they're redacting information. We've seen some of the pictures recently. Anybody who has access to the internet can look at the House Oversight Committee's website and see the images. You can see them. You can see the emails. You can see the communication. You can see everything that we report on for yourself if you want to. Yep. No taxation without representation. Correct. Stop paying taxes. What you doing? How you paying for somebody to keep taking money from you and you're not getting a return on your investment? You know for yourself, if you weren't getting something for what you paid for, what would you do? You would take your money back. Or if an employee was not doing what you needed them to do to get the proper results that you're seeking, what would you do? You fire their ass, right? Come on, 2026 with your funky ass. Yeah, I said it just like that. That's it. Stop playing nice. Stop hoping. No, honey, they was just on a plane together. They kicking it in homies. No, they ain't broke up. It's too much on the line. Yeah, it's too much on the line. But no, absolutely not. So the paying attention part is super, super important. We have to pay attention. It would, you know what? Here's the thing. I would not be surprised. I hate telling people overseas that I live in America. It's like admitting that you go to that school, that one school. Blue. Yes. That's what it's kind of like. And I'm not here to scare anybody. Just, it's time to put our thinking caps back on. You know what I mean? We have to start asking questions. We have to start digging deeper into what we're currently seeing. How is it that this man literally ordered the deaths of people in September, and when they demand that you turn over the video for it, you tell them you're not going to turn over all of the video? What you got to hide, bruh? What you hiding? You clearly don't know how this works. But you know what? Because he's gotten away with what he's gotten away with, they're going to let him get away with it anyway. And nobody on any side of the aisle is going to stop him. Right or wrong? We're watching it in real time. That man said, I'm not releasing all of the files. Then why do we need to look at any of them? Because the one file that we need to see is when you ordered them to go back and strike again. I'm sorry. What are we looking at then? Because you get to pick and choose what we need to see so you don't get yourself in a world of trouble. Exactly. Just a mouthpiece in the whole scheme of it all. And your tax dollars and my tax dollars is paying for it. While oil tanked today. Oh, absolutely, Anthony. Yep. Oil tanked today, y'all. Did y'all see that? It tanked. Not only that, but if you're on TikTok right now, we haven't heard anything about an executive order to keep TikTok open and running. So we talked about that today. I hope no one has forgotten that today is the last day for TikTok to be legal in the US of A. Think about what that will do for those people who depend on TikTok for their income. And how long is the extension? Is it 3 months? Let me look it up. Like I said, I've been in an event today. I was swinging on the sales pole today. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. The last extension was the deadline to ban TikTok. It's approaching. We know that. If he extends it this time, it'll be the 5th time. But there's Yorkie, I would agree with you on that, because it dumps so many billions of dollars into this economy. And right now, he can't afford no lesser numbers than he already has. Not like I don't know. Can your approval rating go to -0? I don't know. And would it matter at this point? So yeah. So that's what we're currently looking. They voted for him. Yeah, they did. It's a $1 billion industry on TikTok, and all of the other social media platforms are literally catching up. And we talked about that earlier today on TikTok and on Facebook. We talked about the impact of the amount of money that comes from TikTok itself. And it's quite a bit, folks. It's quite a bit. So nothing yet. I just kind of dug a little bit deeper, and I don't see anything yet. So we'll see what that looks like. The last extension was done on September 15th. Yeah. The whole idea is to, and here's the thing, y'all, this authoritarian stack encompasses the companies that want to invest in TikTok. Yeah, that part. Child, the stuff I have been learning. So it's actually kind of horrifying. The way that this is going. So I'm gonna pull it up and we're gonna read it just a little bit, and then I'll go over it live tomorrow. Hey, Mr. Universe, how are you? No, I do not believe the job report from today, Big Love. Vote. I already know what you're gonna say, Marvin. But at this point, is we need to remember that the 2026 is already around the corner. At this point, no. China, according to the reports that I did this morning when I went live, China's like, what are you talking about? Hey, Wendy, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah. Y'all, if you're new here, welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome to the neighborhood of Brownstone Worldwide. If you are here, we call ourselves the people in the neighborhood or neighbors. And I do encourage people to head over to Brownstone Worldwide, get on the newsletter list. I'm going to continue to keep pushing you guys there. Those are ways for us to continue to communicate with you off of social media, because as everyone knows, these are not our platforms. How about that? I always like to say that. Also, you can check out Cityscape Radio. We pulled the app up just to kind of test it just a little bit. So if you want to go ahead and check out the app at Cityscape Radio, it's blue right now. It's this awful blue. I don't know what I was doing when I was designing it. Well, anyway, we're changing that, and it's officially going to start streaming video next year. So we're playing around with it. So it's up now. And because we didn't pull any of the content, like our podcast and stuff, back into it, it's currently playing Nat King Cole. It's what we call our sounds of the holiday season. I'm doing well. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with everything that is going on. So if you're just now joining us, let me tell you a couple of things that I've been working on since I haven't been going live like I used to. Number one, I'm going back to doing lives. Let me tell you why. Because the numbers showed that the lives are a part of the numbers. I pulled back because I needed to validate for myself whether or not it was in my best fiscal interest to continue to do them. That was number one. Then I really like y'all. And so I tried to stay away so I would continue to keep doing, the news posts and stuff like that, And so during the downtime, Brownstone Worldwide grew. We grew in numbers. We grew in email accounts, subscribers. I've missed being here, Jan. That's real. I've had a hard time catching you live. Now I know why. Because I haven't been here. I literally walked away because I needed things to make sense for me, right? In the middle of everything, there were a couple of things that I wanted not to be like. I didn't want to continue to keep giving you guys breaking news. Golly, can we just breathe? Can I just breathe? And I was okay with it at first, but it was keeping me from building what I do, which is Brownstone Worldwide. It is a media company, right? And I needed to keep my focus. And so while I was giving you literally 4.5 to 5 hours of news every day live, I was like, we're losing money over here. And I still had to pay my team. And I thought, okay, let's get back to brass tacks. So thank you so much for that, Tracy. So what we've done while I've been gone is we started looking at our numbers. We started seeing some things that changed, especially with the algorithm on TikTok. They're suppressing a lot of people who produce news content. I used to get, I've got some news that was thousands and thousands of views, some with 2.1 million and plus. Now all of a sudden I can't get over 140. So we are on multiple platforms at this point, and that was on purpose. Number two, we had to monetize all of the platforms that we were on to make a lot of things make sense, so we could pay for advertising and so forth, and to pay for the time that it takes for people to produce the content. What's up, Little Rock 2517? How are you? Big shout out to those of you all who are paying attention on YouTube. I do appreciate you being here, and on Facebook and Substack. Thank you. So I had to, it costs money to run my business. This is what I do full time. And so I said, okay, what do I need to do different? And that's when I decided, let me start looking at these numbers. Y'all, while I was out, I didn't know it, but the numbers proved that you all were here. I have seen numbers I have not seen in 3-4 years. And that's because of each of you, the people in the neighborhood. You are the Brownstone, not just me. And when I saw that, I kept looking at the numbers. I was talking to my homeboy. We were talking about it. And I was like, so what do you think? He's like, the numbers show you need to go back and start doing those lives because they like you. And I said, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I think you should. I think you need to. But if you're going to do it, you need to quantify how long you're going to be on live and when you're going to stop. And then in between that. So here, there are some new rules. The new rule is, here's something I talked about today. I think, Jan, you were here earlier and we talked about this. I've a lot of people will send me messages or inboxes and they'll say, I really love your channel. So now we're going to talk business just for a little while. I really love your channel. And I would be like, oh, thank you. Not page, channel. And I thought, wait a minute. So there will be new content that you're going to start seeing as I continue to flow in the Brownstone, right? So Brownstone is a lifestyle channel. It's a news and lifestyle media platform. And what you will see is you will see news, you'll see maybe an affiliate link. Go check this out, because y'all, with all of these numbers that I've accrued over this little bit of time, people ask me and send me stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna take it if you pay me. Yes, absolutely. So you might see an ad or two, but that's because that helps to keep us running. Advertising in Brownstone Living Magazine as well. If you do not have your copy, why do you not have your copy of Brownstone Living Magazine? You love my singing? Thank you. That's my first love. But yeah, so if you don't have your copy of Brownstone Living Magazine, if you're on TikTok and you're in the chat, I have a side chat. Go over there. If you're on Facebook and you're on Brownstone Living, or you're on my personal page, there's a link. You can just click, you can tap the link and you can see the magazine for yourself. I am on the cover with this exact same sweater ensemble. This exact same ensemble. And y'all, guess what? I shot it at our new studio called Stoop House Studios. Yes. Yeah. So in this time, I've been busy. And we also have a new publication coming out called Cityscape Magazine. We've been busy. Busy. So, and everything has to make sense. And so I had to get back to focusing on the business. And then thank you so much for that, G. It ain't easy. Let me tell you something, because I had to have a hard conversation with my cousin today. And she was a really good sounding board. And I was like, girl, I need another salesperson. So now we're looking for another salesperson. We officially have one that's part-time. And I think I may have garnered another one today to sell our advertising for what we're doing. And I'm gonna be in them streets too. Okay. So I went to an event tonight, which is why I have on this ensemble, right? And it's a cute little 2-piece, y'all. I actually wore it on the cover for the magazine with a head wrap. This is, I forgot who, the Vince Caputo or somebody. Well, anyway, so I'm gonna be swinging on the sales pole too, trying to get these sales in. But yeah, that's where we are. So I looked at the numbers. The number said, it is time, my child. So I'm back. And I appreciate you all for being here. And thank you for those of you who literally would inbox me and say, did you see this in the news? And so big shout out to each one of you who I still lovingly call the people in the neighborhood of Brownstone Worldwide. It is so important that you understand that you are appreciated, and that I like coming here and talking to y'all. Oh, thank you so much, G. I appreciate that. So the new rule is that I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, which means I'm absolutely dog tired right now. So I go live for 30 to 45 minutes in the morning, and it's called the day shift. And then in the evening, it's called the night shift, which is what we are experiencing right now. I didn't want to do too much news tonight. But tomorrow I'm going in. So again, it will be the news, and it's going to flow like a channel, right? Because I'm learning so much about how things are changing when we're talking about social media and the lives and microcasting and all of these things, right? And we talked about that a little bit today on how businesses are literally owning their content. And it's important for each one of us to learn how to do that, especially if you're going live, especially if you're doing things like what we're doing. And all this is doing is edifying the platform itself, because I always say this, and I will die on this hill. Exactly, Jan. Yes, absolutely. And some lifestyle. So it's going to be a mixture of that. It's going to be like a walking channel. It's going to be a channel. It's me. It's the channel. It's going to be lifestyle. It's going to be we actually start filming for a new television show in January. So it'll be news, and then you'll get a little TikTok shop if you're on TikTok, or it'll be, and it's not going to be where I'm going to be live doing that, unless of course it's a weekend. You know what I mean? But it will be that flow. So I'm kind of giving folks a heads up now. You'll know what you want to choose to watch. And it'll probably be my face for a little while until, Leanne returns and the new season starts. Marshawn will be back. We have several other people who are podcasters, and they're coming to the fold. We have 3 guys with an amazing show called I Still Got It. The night shift usually airs about 8:30-ish. But I'm going to tell you now, with me having to be up at 4:30 in the morning to do the news, listen, I might have to take a nap. And if I take a nap, then I'm gonna be up all night. So I'm gonna have to see how I feel. Like, I'm exhausted right now. But I was in these streets tonight. It's exciting, it is, and I'm absolutely terrified. Can I be honest? I'm terrified, but it won't let me rest at night. So I'm gonna keep going, and we're just gonna see what the end gonna be. How about that? Everybody game? All right, good, excellent. Hey, Spread Love, how you doing? Thank you, Jan. I appreciate that. You in the game? I appreciate that, big love. Listen, y'all, this is I think a lot of this is also me just being honest and transparent, and understanding that the voice that I carry is necessary at this time. I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you so much. It is necessary at this time. I did have to fall back because I had to figure out how I was going to make this work for me from a monetary perspective. Am I going to be talking more about? Oh, absolutely. Yes. So let me break down a couple of them that I do right now. Here's my truth. Because I wasn't focusing on the Brownstone like I needed to, I started doing a lot of UGC work, user-generated content. I took a course by a sister here on TikTok. Her name is Kimberly Millionaire. I took the course. It's been 2 years ago now, and I'm a very familiar face now. There are times that I will go to the post office. This actually happened, y'all. This really happened. I was dropping off packages. So I have a Walmart store too. Okay, so I sell on Walmart and on Amazon. And I'm not saying as an influencer, but I actually have a physical store. So I was dropping some stuff off. And the lady behind the counter, there are people behind me, y'all. It's the holidays. And I'm minding my business. And she says, excuse me, I'm in line. I haven't even made it up to the front yet. And she says, excuse me, do you do tarot? I'm thinking she wants a reading. Do y'all know it's been 30 years since I've done a reading? I said, yeah. And then before I could get the yeah out my mouth real good, I was like, oh, snap. I forgot I do those. She's like, oh my God, I see you all the time. I didn't know you lived here in Georgia. Oh God. So it's about 10 people behind me. And the lady next to her that's working behind the counter with her. And they're all looking and they're like, oh yeah. Y'all, I had to turn my head like this and walk. I was like, all right, okay, all right, we go. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So I do user-generated content. And that has helped to offset some of the cost of running the business. Selling the products and services on Walmart. I would grab a pen if I were you, because I don't mind telling it, because it's enough out here for everybody. I have sold on Whatnot, Poshmark. I have been on eBay since before my son was born, honey. He 18. Let me see. What else have I done? Oh, I'm monetized on all the platforms through their creator rewards programs, including YouTube. I have my merch stores. Then I also have, those are the things, right? But then I also have BrownstoneWorldwide.com. I have Cityscape Radio, and I have Brownstone Living Magazine. And we are turning it up by adding Cityscape, the magazine, and the television show. I do have Stoop House Studios, where we do podcasts, and we also record. And of course, like I said, we do photo shoots and stuff like that there. And I was given an offer not too long ago to do 15 commercial spots for a company. So yeah, so that's kind of how I make my money. And let me tell you, honey, tired. Spread love. I'm tired. And let me be clear, I don't work alone. There's no way I could do this by myself. So I do have a team. I have 2 photographers, and I have a brand manager. I have 2 designers who do artwork for us. And I work with an amazing videography team as well. One is a dear friend of mine that I've been working with for over 10 or 12 years. And I'm going to give him a shout out. You should definitely go check out his work, Belton.ai. Emmy award-winning brother. Been in the game for a long time, and he teaches AI now. So he heads up our editing department. So that's how I get stuff done, is we have a team. It's a team of us that works together. And I'm grateful. I'm absolutely grateful. We just signed a sports marketing team, and we will be doing some of their video editing and marketing for them as well. And I cannot say who it is, but it's a sports marketing team. So we're excited about that. Night shift starts at about 8 o'clock. And we usually go for about an hour and a half or so, some about 15 minutes over. But that's because I came on late, I think, because I was coming back from an event where I had to go and swing on that sales pole tonight. Yes. And shake some hands and kiss some babies and talk about the business. So, yeah, but I am going to be coming back, and I'll be sharing some of the things that I do to generate money. And y'all, don't get it twisted. I have been working for myself for a very long time, outside the fact that I wasn't corporate. But I always knew that if I had to do what I had to do, I knew how to put a headset on and take calls from the house. A lot of people think this working from home thing is new. It's not. I started taking calls back in 2001. No, was it 2001? Yes, it was. True story. Was it 2001? What year was Lily born? It was 2001, because she was born in 2003. She born in 2003. That's a shame. I don't know when my children were born. Well, check this out. So when right before Aaliyah was born, because I've known and practice, several. I don't want to scare anybody. Okay. So I don't want you to get scared, and I don't want you to run and be like, oh my God, she's that person. No. Practicing hoodoo and also tarot, runes, Reiki, and so forth, for years. I literally took psychic calls for the same network that Miss Cleo ran. And she wasn't none but the face. Call me now for your free reading. And then there were those of us who literally took the calls, and we made $9 an hour. And if you could keep them on the phone, then you if you could keep them on, hey B Rogers, how are you? If you could keep them on the phone, you would get a bonus. If you kept them on the phone for like an hour, you would get like a $15 bonus per call or something like that, right? So you had to talk to them. And honestly, I felt like a therapist more so than I did, reading the tarot for them. So when this opportunity came to do, to do the UGC for them, I mean, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and dust off my cars. And that was it. So, and the only reason why I do it is because I do it. If it were not my thing, I would find that to be a lack of integrity. But it is something that I do. So, even though it's been years, user-generated content is what UGC stands for. User-generated content. You know how sometimes you see somebody and they tell you how fabulous the lip gloss is. Oh Lord, have mercy! This lip gloss is just so fabulous and wonderful and so forth. Yeah, user-generated content. It's not influencer marketing. Those are two separate things. I am okay. So, for example, I am an Amazon influencer. Okay, you have to go through this process, all the things, and then they, you can go live on Amazon TV and do all the things, right? I have, yes, I have. That was years ago though, when I was in my 20s. I am 55. I have to, and here's the thing: the cards they can be accurate, but I don't need them. Let me put it like that. I don't need them. A lot of people don't. Especially when you become more attuned to people and vibration and understanding spirit. Oh, thank you, Daquan. I appreciate that. Let me tell you something. Don't let this scarf fool you. Let me stop. Girl, it's a scarf. I'm telling you. Let me stop. So yes, I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much, y'all, for coming to hang out with me tonight. We'll have more news and information for you guys tomorrow. What I would encourage you to do, I'm going to put it in my stories. I will share the link for the magazine for the month of December. Next month, we have the one and only Shay Brown on the cover. And we're going right into 2026 with some other amazing people that will be joining us at Brownstone Living Magazine, as well as Cityscape Magazine as well. You do? Well, welcome to the neighborhood, Daquan. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. You are officially one of the people in the neighborhood. How about that? I'm glad you're here. You do. I'm so glad to hear that. But you know why I say that, Katra, is because I'm not Midas Touch. I'm not Erin Parnas. I'm not the newsroom girl. I'm not under the desk news. But or even Jolly Good Ginger and these other people. I am a mixture of somewhere in between. I am the oracle, kind of, sort of. Because I'll come and have you sit down and we're going to have some tea and some cookies and we're going to talk about the news, honey. That's what we're going to do. And when you are exactly, Jan, yes. And we're going to sit down and we're going to have the news and we're going to talk about it and we're going to calm each other's nerves. And we're going to understand that, guess what? Whatever begins, ends. But that doesn't mean that you don't still need to be empowered. How do I feel about AI is the question, folks, for those of you all on the other platforms. So how do I feel about AI? I think that AI, if you do not learn it, you will get left behind. I use it to make things better. I use it for automation. I use it for to clean up emails before I send them out. I use it to redirect subscribers. I use it in sales. I have used it in legal documents. I know people that are using it to make themselves, into cartoons and so forth. I'm actually a part of a movie that's coming out called Operation Hathor. That is a cartoon that was made with AI. I'm the voice of the mother, so I have a huge role. There are things you can do with it, but because I'm an artist first and I'm sensitive about my shit, I would rather not. And I've used AI to write songs. I'll sing it and tell it what I want, and then it'll recreate it for me, right? But it's always my voice. It's when you just sit down and you just give it a prompt and then you walk away. That's what you used it to write a resume and got the job. Congratulations, Jan. It's when you allow it to make you lazy. That's when I got a problem. I'm still going to do my due diligence, do my research, because I don't trust you that much anyway, because you're still a machine. You do not, quote unquote, have consciousness. Even though some people are actually you use it to polish your ideas. Now, what I'm learning how to do is to use it to do things like have a quote unquote virtual marketing team, or ask those questions. So like when okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, sleep well. Thanks for being live again. Yes, I'm glad you're here. So like when you go over to Brownstone Worldwide, there's a pop-up that comes up. That's AI, but it's programmed to answer questions and send that over to the team so they can get it in the morning. So you still have to have somebody that's going to, I wish I would just allow AI to just come through and just, yeah. And some things you just can't do. You still have to be hands-on with it. Do I think that it's going to change the way we do business? I think that if you do not have any other job skill except data entry, you're in trouble. That's what I think. I think that if you are not using AI in your business to help to save you more time, you're in trouble. That's what I think. You use Midjourney? I love Midjourney. Yes. See, and when you're using it as an artist and it actually attenuates what you are currently bringing to the table, that's something different. But when you rely on it 100%, where do you think AI is getting that information from? Other artists. So how is it really original? It can't be. That's where I have my issue with it. But I still had to learn it. I still had to learn how to prompt. I took a course. It was not cheap, but it was the best thing for me. I pay every month for the services that I do utilize, like a lot of us do. And it saves me time. It really does. When I get up in the morning, it's already done all the aggregation for me. So all I have to do is go in and do the research. Yeah. Exactly. And you see what it's doing to Memphis. It's literally these data centers. But that's a whole different conversation that we're going to have, because they're building 3 where I live. Yeah. Didn't I say I was going to bed? Because I said I've been up since 4:30 and I got to get back up. I'm getting ready to go look at the back of my eyelids, folks. I want to thank y'all for being here. I really do. And I want to tell you how much I appreciate you all for keeping in touch and sending me messages and emails and hey neighbor and just hanging out. Thank you, B Rogers. So listen, this is what we're going to do. 3 things that we always do before we end every show. 1, love your life. It is the only one that you have. 2, live your life to the fullest and embrace everything that is your life, because you only get one you might as well enjoy it. And lastly, breathe through every single moment. Y'all, go get you some rest, because that's what I'm getting ready to do. Have a good night.
Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Vernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are welcome in the essence. This broadcast, Brownstone, the light is contagious. But you need go on and receive it for yourself. Just open it, exuberant, evolution, excited. We standing on the foundation of expression. You might have seen, you might have been, or you could have gravitated. Our foundation, we want to create a space for all to collaborate and be liberated from eventually all over the globe. And we are extending a hand to those who are an extension from maybe platforms, dig into another stratosphere. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Vernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. And that is MSG, the message in the message. I can OD on my execution of excellency. And this as a man right now, and things aren't created, but see true.